what is a piece of advice you would give to M.Tech students or even B.Tech students hoping to land a PPO? And how did you approach the internship? Did you treat it like a learning experience or a stepping stone toward a job? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Skilled Sapiens podcast series, where we sit down with the minds who are not just preparing for success but actively building it. I'm your host, Saryu Ramadivu, and today I have the pleasure of introducing someone whose journey speaks volumes about focus, technical excellence, and turning opportunity into achievement. Joining me today is Anudeep Gonappa, a proud M.Tech graduate from NIT Warangal, who earned a PPO from Tata Motors, one of India's most respected names in the automotive industry. We'll talk about his academic life, his internship, what it took to land a PPO, and advice he has for students aspiring to do the same. Let us welcome him. Hello, Anudeep.
Hi, Saryu. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me today in this podcast.
Yeah, so let us start with the foundation. NIT Warangal, one of the top technical institutes in India. How did it feel to be a part of that campus?
Yeah, it feels like a dream come true moment. From childhood, I dreamt of getting into one of the top institutes, either it may be IIT or NIT. But mostly I used to think of NIT Warangal because it was the closest NIT that we have to Hyderabad, and from there, I used to think of some time I should be able to get into that campus. Unfortunately, in BTech, it didn't happen, but yeah, I didn't miss the opportunity this time during M.Tech. I grabbed the seat in NIT Warangal.
That's awesome. And what was your major or area of specialization during M.Tech?
My area of specialization is machine design, which
Okay.
was one of the subtopic of this mechanical engineering itself. So I chose that field for my masters.
Okay, that's awesome. And any favorite professors or standout moments from your time there?
We actually spent the least time, Sarayu. Being the post-COVID batch, we only visited campus for around 1 month. Before prior to that, we were attending online sessions, and post to that, I just got the internship and I just moved to Pune. So during this 1 month, during our lab sessions and practicals, I felt this Bira Satish Ben sir. So he was the most awesome guy. He was a very chill dude, and he used to guide us in the composite lab, like how to mix the resins and the composite materials in the correct proportions, the fibers, etc. So we interacted most with him and other two or three professors, but I didn't feel that lenience was there with them. So he is the most lenient, and he used to guide us. Like we used to have a chit chat in coffee breaks, and we used to sit in the gardens, lawns, and we used to just roam around the campus with him.
That sounds wonderful. And now let's get to the exciting part, your internship at Tata Motors. How did the opportunity come about?
The opportunity came through the campus placements. The campus called for all these companies for the placements for the both M.Tech and B.Tech students. So Tata Motors was one of the first companies to attend for the placements. It gave the opportunity to attend for placements, and from there we just cleared the written exams, which was online, obviously. So online tests, and then we cleared the interviews, and then we got selected into the Tata Motors, and from then on, the journey started.
Okay, that's awesome. And what was your first impression walking into a company like Tata Motors?
Tata Motors, the name itself was a legacy. It was like a big dream come true moment for the second time, like after NIT Warangal. So it was like we moving from BTech local college to NIT Warangal felt the college was very huge. But this one, the Tata Motors was much more huge, than all these campuses, etc. So it was like spread across kilometers from areas to areas. There were like roads and speed limits within the plant, and there were testing itself. They were testing this huge number of vehicles, the passenger vehicles within the plant itself. We get to see some very new vehicles which we also don't know until and unless they are released outside to the world. So yeah, it was very huge to mind blowing and wow experience.
Okay, that sounds surreal. And tell us about your project you worked during your internship.
Yeah, my project was titled E-Vehicle Simulation and the Design of E-Axles for Small Commercial Vehicles. It was basically to be giving you a small brief. I was selected for the Department of Transmission Design, and in that I was assigned to the rear axle team. So the rear axle is like the heart of the commercial vehicles, which drives the vehicle forward. So it gives the traction and everything. So we come in the part where the traction gets the energy converts from the engine to the wheels. So that part, the differential and the rear axle part, comes in our hands. And so with respect to our project, initially only the ICE vehicles used to be there, the vehicles that are driven by the fuels like the petrol and diesel. So, and now the industry moving towards the EV, we were given a part like the newcomers, the new joiners. I was given a task of simulating the vehicle parameters completely in a virtual environment, using some software simulations. So there I used to run feed it the input parameters and all the real life conditions to the vehicle, and see whether the vehicle is performing up to the mark or as per the requirements, or if there are any issues, solving them. And once the results are satisfactory, uh, then we gave it a good go for the design of gears and beams, shafts, etc. So from there we use another particular set of softwares like for the gear life analysis, bearing analysis, lubrications, etc., etc.
Okay, so that sounds amazing and also a little intimidating, I would say. And how did you approach the internship? Did you treat it like a learning experience or a stepping stone toward a job?
Yeah, definitely both. I would say it was a learning step because it was the first company in my life. After college, this was the first company that I stepped into. So prior to this, I don't know how the organizations work or how the culture is going to be in the organizations. I used to just watch movies and would feel like okay, they were just chilling out or something. But it won't be like that. It shouldn't be like that also. The organization coming into some legacy companies like Tata Motors, it gives huge responsibilities also. We need to carry forward that name. At least don't think of corrupting it. So yeah, it was a learning, and obviously it was also a job grabbing thing because we need to from childhood getting into like being a mechanical engineer. It strengthened my love towards the automotive. But from childhood, the only one thing that we observe on the roads related to anything or that is the vehicles, so the automotive industry. So at some part of the brain that got fed okay, the automotive industry is thing which we need to focus, or we do not need miss an opportunity to get into that. So getting or growing with this B.Tech and M.Tech, so I thought okay, why not any automobile industry? And then Tata Motors gave the dream come true moment for the second time after NIT Warangal.
Awesome. And then came the big reward, the PPO. What was the moment like?
Yes, it was like a relief movement to be precise, because our reviews regarding our projects that are being conducted in during our internship session were completed, or at least going to complete by December. So from then we gave reviews, we made presentations, and we just prepared a draft report, doing mentioning all our works done and the problems and how did we overcome it. So then we the HR people came, they discussed with the managers regarding whether to take him in into the department or into the company. So we were aware of there is something going on, but we are waiting like the results will be published within 1 or 2 weeks. But it took somewhere around 1.5 month, I guess. So then even we were like all in the tense mode, whether we are going to get it or not. We don't know whom to ask. Like we are putting pressure on both college and company HRs, our teammates, etc. So even they couldn't do anything because it's not in their hands also. So at last, on the occasion of like Mahashivratri, the college has sent us the mail that you have got the pre-placement offer from Tata Motors. So are you going to take it or not? So I just replied them, yo, done. I mean,
Okay, that's awesome. And what do you think worked in your favor to get a PPO?
I think my like past like the B.Tech field, mechanical engineering, and the M.Tech, and also the amazing team that I get to work with. I got to work with, so they were very supportive. Not in like a regular manner, like this. They don't directly give you the solutions or anything. So they just give you a task to come up with our own solution, and then they are going to review the solution and just guide us like okay, you have done this in this way, but it would have been easy or it would have completed early if you have preferred the other path. So yeah, like the team encouraged me very well. So they were like guiding me into the right path, and we have given many demonstrations also for the higher level management regarding this upcoming booming EV industries and EV work related to the motors, motor control units, and etc, etc.
Okay, so coming to the important thing which we highlight, that is soft skills. Do you think
Hmm.
these are important in a technical environment like Tata Motors?
Yes, definitely. Not only in Tata Motors, I would say, but in any organization, because it's like it's not what you know, it's how you portray it, like how you express it to others. Because any work that doesn't get recognition is as well as zero work done, because there will be no any one knowing it. So it won't like it won't be helpful for us and for the organization now also. We need to be very much clear in our communication part. Say like if I was facing some problem, so which I faced in my term in Tata Motors, like I used to get many problems. So I need to explain to our managers, because with their experience they might have knowing, like at least they might not have the exact solution, but they know who might have the exact solution. Like for suppose I was facing issue with the tire related calculations. So we are not the department that deals with the tires, but at least they have an idea who might be helping with us. So we again approach to them and they give a proper solution, we work with that. So we need to be clear in our communication, like whether it is a success that we achieved or the problem that we're facing. So that we will get a proper guidance of okay, this person has done this or this person is trying to do this, and he is facing issue, how to overcome this. So we will get help. It is not like okay, I will just work it work it out myself and I would just do something just for like a work basis. No, it won't work like that.
Okay, truly put. And you've seen both the academic side and also the industry side now. And what's the biggest difference between the two?
Biggest difference, academic is just like learning, like we just learn formulas and mostly we by heart them, to be precise. We just prepare for the case of for the reason for exam preparation and marks only. But when it comes to organization, it is not just learning, but theoretical knowledge put into practical applications. So we don't like we just don't calculate, and if the thing is okay, we feel if it is safe, it's not like it is safe for eternity. When it gets on to the practical application, we only consider one or two forces acting upon gear or something. But in real life, there will be some millions of forces acting on each and every teeth and each and every part of the gear. So things don't work out as we done the calculations or as per our assumptions. It will be a huge lot different. So we need to consider at least, okay, not in the prior stages, but with experience we are going to learn what are all the factors that are need to be considered. And it is not like just okay with there is a term called this factor of safety in mechanical terms. So we usually consider factor of safety more than one for this college applications or theoretical knowledge. We just say okay, if it is safe, it is more than one, it is safe. But in practical applications, in two of my encounters with these calculations, so I noticed the factor of safety goes up to three or four. It's because the practical cases were far more different than the assumed cases that we do in the learning thing. But yeah, it is not like it's completely wrong. The college teaches us how to do this, like approach the derivations or towards the practical. And when we come into the organization, we entirely work with the practical and we learn much more how the things work out in the practical conditions, real life term.
Yeah, true. And what is a piece of advice you would give to M.Tech students or even B.Tech students hoping to land a PPO?
Just be clear on your basics. Any field you might be in, like EC, triple or mechanical. So just be clear about your basics, because the interviewers or the panel that is going to interview you on the day of like selection, they are not going to see like how well he knows. They were going to just check whether he's clear about basics and can we train him to get better about those application based. So it's like they are going to give more focus on whether he has the potential to get trained, is the only thing that they are going to focus. So just I'm going to give only one advice: be strong in basics and don't get confused between giving the answers to the panel, because they are even going to decide based upon your state of mind at that particular condition. Because most of the students, what they do is, seeing those many people in the panel, they get stressed or tensed and they start blabbering some nonsense, like even though they will, the panel even cross questions, like for suppose they are going to ask which turbine is going to be worked on, like I'm just giving a random example, which turbine is going to be in steam turbines. If they say Francis turbine, so they are going to ask why not Kepler turbine. You should not switch between answers. Like you should be confident and you should be ready with your own answer, why you chose that answer, like validation for that answer. You should not be like, okay, they have suggested Kepler, so I will just shift to Kepler. So that doesn't work. They are going to take each and everything into the consideration. Like we should not be in a very much confused state. Once you give an answer, you should be able to or try to defend it on your own terms, and it should be reasonable or it should be valid. It's not like you just said some random thing and you are going to support that. That doesn't work even.
True. And if someone is hearing this today and dreaming of Tata Motors to get in to Tata Motors and land a PPO, so what would your advice be to them to start today?
Today it would be like it mostly depends upon your college. The college should approach Tata Motors and they should get the Tata Motors for the placements. And once you just get selected into it, you need to take the responsibility of acquiring the job. You need to have that passion in you, like any field. It's not only the Tata Motors or anything related to your core, or you wish, you need to have that passion that you need to grab the job offer or the like role that you like. So you need to work accordingly towards that. It's not like college, so the teachers only when the teachers say, or he is not going to, like the managers are not going to guide you in each and every way. So they are just going to give you a task and leave entire responsibility upon you. So you need to come up with a solution and you need to approach them showing that yeah, this is the problem faced and this is the solution I have come up with. And then you can ask for their suggestions, like is there any other better way that you are aware of to achieve the solution in much faster way and efficient way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Keep it.
so it goes on. Like the interest should be from personal thing.
Okay. So let us switch gears for a bit. Time for a rapid fire round. Short answers
Okay.
and not too hard thinking. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. So the first one, your favorite machine or engineering marvel.
My favorite machine is the hop cutter. Like it is the device or the cutting tool that used to cut the teeth on for gears actually. So the designing gear is much simpler when compared to the designing a hop cutter. So
Okay.
it's like I cannot just show you or give you imagination because but the moment that I saw, like there is one CNC machine in our machine shop, so it is used for cutting the bevel gears. So like then I was like just stunned with its operation, and I was just staring at the machine for half an hour at straight. Like I just went for supervision, but I was so involved in it, looking how it is working, how this marble can be. Like it is actually so precise that it is going to decide the gear life and strength depending upon the dim quality that you are going to achieve through it. So it was like amazing experience. Like that tool was that amazed me a lot.
Okay. So one word to describe your internship.
I would say it is foundational.
Okay. And tea or coffee during late night submissions.
I am not a night owl or the late night kind of a person, but among tea and coffee, I would prefer coffee.
Okay. And if you weren't an engineer, what would you be?
If I weren't an engineer, I would try to be an engineer again. So I would take 1 or 2 years gap, or I would be still try to be an engineer forever.
Okay. Very persistent. Okay. And best part about an IT Warangal.
The best part is we get to interact with a lot different minds. It's like not only particular to 2 or 3 fields, but there are huge number of branches and their sub branches in M.Tech, MEC, MCA, everything. There are a very lot many people, like the people from north and people from even foreign countries. They are also coming and learning some new things. They are going to give exams along sitting with along us, and so we can there is a huge opportunity to interact with a lot of people. Even the faculty, they don't treat us like the students. That difference won't be there. So we can even chit chat with them in the late nights also. They are going to come to college just in during the weekends, or we can just roam in the campus, get to interact with many people, many fresh minds, like how they perceive this world of innovations and technology. So what they have ideas. So it's like we get a complete different sense, thinking okay, like the people are thinking in this manner. So even it helps us to think something innovative, work towards it, and we listen to many stories. Like a few group of friends have started a startup, and they are very successful. So yeah, these kind of things happen in these such a universities.
Okay. And finally, wrapping up, what's your message to the future batch of engineers and dreamers listening to this?
So future engineers, there is a lot of scope. You don't even know. Like I'm being in automotive industry, so I'm just giving a brief idea about regarding this. But we didn't even scratch the top part of this EV industry. So there is going to be hell lot of requirement from all the sectors. Say the battery development or the motors, like motor control units, which is going to be part of EC, and the motor being triple E, and also the semiconductors or the wirings, and many other functional safety requirements, hazard analysis. So there are going to be a huge lot of engineers, like from all the branches. They are going to be required for the future. So in order to put all these into a proper architecture and launch vehicles, and just it's just go the beginning. So just be prepared and be strong at your basics, and don't miss the opportunity to grab a role in the automotive industry or any industry that you feel like your core role, just be prepared and be strong with your basics, and there are many doors that are open for your inputs.
Beautifully said. And I think after listening this, many people's stigma would be reduced about not having opportunities in the engineering fields. And Anudeep, thank you very much for being on this episode. And your story is a masterclass in consistency and real achievement.
Yeah, thank you, Sarayu. Thank you so much. Even I wish that at least a couple of engineers getting inspired with this podcast, and they wish to get into some their correlated anything like auto, not only the automotive industry, any the correlated, and they get their job or further life secured at that industry and organization, contributing their thought process into that, and the country as a whole getting developed.
Definitely. I assure you, many people will be motivated after listening to this. And thank you very much once again. And to everyone listening, whether you're drafting resumes or preparing for interviews, remember it's not just about where you start, but how committed you are to keep going. This is the Skill Sapiens podcast series, and I'm Saryu Ramadugu signing off. Until next time, stay focused, stay open, and always keep building. Thank you.